Alright, I'm back. This time at the Muggles. Another thing that I forgot to mention about the Beast Tribes is, or in any case, from this point onwards, in Realm Reborn, when you advanced, or like leveled up basically, your reputation with a Beast Tribe, there'll be a second person appearing and giving you another set of like 3 quests. From this point onwards, from Heavensward onward in any case, the Beast Types will change in that regard, where you can basically only get like a maximum of 3 per day. You can only do 3 Beast Type quests per day, just in general. Except when you enhance them. Like, except when you level them up, because when you level them up, you get an extra 3 quests you can do that day. So, anyway. Then, Terracin has been looking for you, Koopa. There is an important matter we must discuss at once. Then there you are. I must say the attitude of the Menders is much improved. They have mastered the basics of stonemasonry more quickly than I had anticipated, and remain ever eager to learn. Once the rubble has been cleared, we can begin rebuilding. Therein lies our problem, however. I'm afraid we lack the numbers to remove the debris on our own. I requested aid from the Muggles of Assa, but have yet to receive a response. Doubtless they are trying to avoid any kind of hard work. And so I would task you, my dear Mogden, with bringing them here. I give you leave to use whatever tricks you can conceive of to get those malingering, I guess, Muggles to Barles. You want me to fool Muggles? I've never done that, Koopa, not successfully anyway. Do not be so quick to lose heart. You fail only because your ideas are half-formed, marred by compromise and poor planning. You must persevere in your efforts if you wish to succeed. It is, as the words of my house state, by the 100th blow. For a single strike of the chisel merely scratches the stone's surface. It is only with constant effort that stones give rise to bricks, to walls, and at last impregnable fortress. An impregnable fortress. Such is the power of will, of perseverance, of determination. Will, perseverance, determination. I will remember, Koopa. Yes, I'll craft a trick so cunning they'll sing song of it through Mogholm. Aye, that's the spirit. You're a leader, and it is past time you took charge. Show the others that the Mogmans are not to be trifled with. However, while I have great faith in Mogson, he still has yet to meet his full potential, which is why I must ask that you to accompany him. Ensure he does not slip back into his old ways. Give the pom-pom of his a firm shake if you sense his wit is wavering. I'm sure there will be no need of that, Koopa. Nevertheless, I would certainly appreciate the company. Well then, shall we be off? We should begin by speaking with Mogap, the Mogul in charge over at Assa. Mulchicide. Oh, if it isn't Master Mogden and the adventure I've heard so much about. I seem to recall a request of some matter from the Menders. Ah, yes, you require extra paws to help move the rubble. That's right, Koopa. The request was made some time ago, and still not a single Moogle has arrived at Barles. We can't hope to make any progress without them. Ah, yes, who could forget such an unusual name? Of course. I dispatched several Moogles the moment the missive came, but I'm afraid I may have sent them the wrong location. Awfully hard to pronounce that name, you see. Why, I suppose they could be anywhere right now. Anyway now, and without the provisions for a long journey. Oh, how dreadful, Koopa, all alone among the wild beasts, hungry and afraid. Curse my clumsy tongue. Curse it! Could you help me find them? Please, bring them something to sate their hunger, and I'm certain they'll be most willing to help. Of course. An understandable mistake. I can scarce pronounce half the names I hear. Don't worry, Mogap. My companion and I will have the errant Muggles back here and safe post-haste. Wouldn't serve to go searching blindly, however, lest we become lost ourselves. No, we must discuss our strategy beforehand. Lynn, let's confer down below. Little does Mogap know I've already fallen for this trick. Twice. Why trouble yourself to get your own food when a gullible Moogle will deliver it right to you? It would be a brilliant ploy if it wasn't so overused. And now we have our chance to, what did Terracin say? Turn the tables. If we can trick them into going to Barles, I dare say they'd stay just a sign of respect. As a sign of respect, there we go. Mogap and his lackeys are a clever bunch, though. How can I possibly get the better of them? If only we could use those fake Koopa nuts. But by now every Moogle in Mogholm and beyond has heard of them. And rightly so. They are truly masterpieces. Certainly not something I could ever hope to surpass. And there's no shame in that. Yes, why reach for the skies when the coupon nut is hanging just within reach? Besides, Asa is far from Margot. I wager Margap and the others have heard nothing of your fake nuts. Well then, I believe the matter is settled. Don't make me give you a palm a squeeze. No, not my palm, Cooper. I remember Tersen's words. Just keep your hands right where they are. I'll come up with my own trick, my very own trick. I'll make Margap think twice before trying to trick me again. Thank you, Lynn. Tersen was right to have you accompany me. If you were not here, I would have given up before I remembered a special something that just might serve up as a perfect tool for our trick. A very special something. I haven't got any myself, though. Certainly not in the quantity required. But there is one Moogle who might. Lynn, come with me to Markham, so we can seek the counsel of the alchemist Markham. Yes, it's all falling into place, Cooper. Can't wait to continue my normal recordings after this and do even more creature voices. Well, creatures like, goblins next. So I have to think of a goblin voice. Lynn, my apologies. I had to pick something up from Barles on the way. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long, Kupo. The mighty adventurer graces us with her presence again, Kupo. Oh, and greetings to you as well, Margzin. What brings you two all the way from Barles? Markup is up to his old tricks, but I mean, I take the upper paw this time, Kupo. For that, I require your most potent medicine. Most potent. Oh, and on a completely unrelated note, I brought you a gift. Well, I certainly can't just give you Kupo nuts, and larger than any I've ever seen. Even more so than those of Chieftain Moglin's secret reserve. You've always been a stout supporter of the Menders. I just thought I should express my gratitude. Of course, I understand, Kupo. I wouldn't dare decline a gift from you, Moglin. It is only a gift, yes? Why, Markon, you wound me. I would never intend for it to be anything else. Ahem, Kupo, lifting stones is dangerous work, and it would be dreadful if anyone was injured, especially so far from home. You shall have your medicine, Mogzin. Practice caution, however. Use too much and you may do more harm than good. I promise to be responsible, Kupo, and I believe you are finished here. I'll meet you back at Asa after I finish some final preparations. I'll try not to be late this time. These Muggles are making me lose my mind. Well, they already did, I suppose. I'm pretty dang happy that I'm done with the Moogle quests. Well, you know, outside of the beast vibes, at least I'm done with, like, all of this, because this was way too much. And then it gets felt like way too much. I don't know why. I think it could be because, like, I give the Moogle voices such, like, a high voice, like, higher pitched, so it becomes, like, more strenuous. How goes the search? I've looked up and down, under every rock and behind every bush, and can find no sign of the poor Moguls. All this searching has made me terribly thirsty. By the way, now I know how the others must feel, staring me apart, Kupo. Margap, enough, I surrender. I must say, your every trick is more impressive than the last. This one was so impressive, in fact, that I brought a bounty of Kupo nut milk to give to everyone. Aha! Moxon's been outsmarted again, Kupo. You really must stop making this so easy. There's no sport in it anymore. However, we'll gladly accept these libations as a just reward for our ingenuity. Time to call the others. Did you see that, Kupo? Markup is none the wiser. He thinks that's just a regular Kupo nut milk, but we know better. Oh, I can scarce believe that I, Mogson, am finally about to trick Muggles. Come, Lynn. Markup will soon get his just desserts. He's just a desert. Then quickly, Magap and the others are just about to partake of my special milk. Marston has been tricked again, and not for the last time. In his humbleness, he has rewarded our surpassing cleverness, with a bounty of Kupo nut milk. Drink deep, my friends, and bask in victory. Ah, there's nothing like a nip of milk after a... What is... Impossible. Moxon, he couldn't have. What's in the milk, you say? A few pinches of the crushed cloud mallow seeds. In large enough quantity, they put muggles into a deep sleep. Once they're dozing sadly, I need only whisper in their ears to complete my plan. Look, Lynn, and bear witness to a Mark Menders guile. A working mogul is a happy mogul, Koopa. A working mogul is a happy mogul, Koopa. From sunup till sundown, you'll work up a sweat with nary a frown. From sunup till sundown, we'll work up a sweat with nary a frown. What ho, friends? Isn't it a perfect day for back-breaking labor? Who needs rest? Not I, Koopa. Who wants to sweat? Me! Victory, Kubo! I doubt Mogap will dare to trick me again after this. And now to reap the rewards. Let's return to my list and see what Muggle's hard at work can accomplish. I'm just gonna fast out to Zenith because I'm pretty dang sure that would still be closer or faster. Considering that loading times are not really a thing. For my beautiful PC. Yes. It is in this game. Then it's terrible. We'll never get the rubble cleared, Koopa. Mogap and the others began working eagerly at first, but they collapsed after carrying only one rock between them. I know they aren't used to hard work, but this beggars belief. Perhaps all is not lost, however. When a Muggle's in such a sorry state, the only cure I know of is cloud mallow, and I believe you can help with that, Lynn. Mount a mallow and sprinkle some puffs on these Muggles, and their palms should perk right up. Just ask the Muggle guarding it to ride. I'll be looking to the skies. Perhaps a few earned puffs will blow my way, Koopa. Say no more, I know exactly why you're here. Just shake your rump a bit and rain mallow puffs on the poor Muggles, and they'll be back in tip-top shape. Hop on, I'm sure the mallow can support your weight. I seem to recall being tired. Impossible, inconceivable. Why, I dare say I could clear it up with myself. A working Muggle is a happy Muggle, Koopa. Whoopsie. Malapuffs seem to do it, Kupo. If they keep at this pace, then the rubble should be cleared in no time. And what's more, now that I've hoodwinked the Moogle, I'm sure to earn some respect around here. I am the master of the Mock Menders after all. Terrason, Lynn, if not for your support, I would have given up long ago to see my efforts succeed at last. I've never felt this sense of accomplishment before. You have my thanks. Brilliant, my dear Mogson. Remember my words, and your conviction shall show through in the quality of your craftsmanship. I most certainly will. Terrason, your words will guide me in both my work and my studies. I'll take any of these. They're not super useful at this level anyway. Thanks for your efforts, the rubble has been cleared from Barless. Continue assisting the Mock Menders to repair the plaza complete. Or completely, or something, I don't know. Anyway! We have now ranked up to... recognize. Alright, my friends, I will, for you guys, be right back, and for me, it'll be a couple of days before I will be able to continue these. Okay, hello, I am back. Let us go and do the next quest to enhance this beast ride. Lynn, you're back, and at the perfect time. Terrason and I were just discussing how to move forward with restoration. You're welcome to join us, Koopa. Lynn, how kind of you to join us. We were just discussing how to proceed with the restoration. The Mock Menders are ready for a new challenge, and I have a mind to set them to work on the plaza's outer wall. And what would a challenge be without an insurmountable obstacle? They lack the strength to even lift the wall's heavy bricks to foam, let alone stack them on top of each other. In Ishgard, we would use levers and pulleys to get the job done, but I'm afraid their design is unfit for Moogle proportions. Short of creating an entirely new system, which is outside the realm of my expertise, the solution to this problem eluded me. That is until the Master Mockmender himself had a brilliant suggestion. Mogson, if you will. Certainly, Koopa. I propose calling upon the dragons for help. I have seen them grasp vast boulders in their mighty claws. It should be a simple task for them to stack the bricks on top of each other. An ingenious idea, yes, and one which fills me with anticipation, for I have never seen a dragon's might put to constructive use. It would seem, as well, that Moxon already knows who to ask. That's right, Kubo, I happen to count a dragon among my many friends. He's strong, too. Much stronger than any Moogle I've met. Terrason, Lynn, wait here, I'll seek him out straight away. We are returned, Kubo. Lynn, Terrason, meet O'Deal. Or O'Deal. O'Deal. So these are the friends in need of strength. They are so wingless. Nonetheless, any friend of Moxon is a friend of mine. I am at your service. What a fury! If you were not Moxon's friend, I would be trembling in my boots. Old deal. I was made to believe you could hurl boulders through the skies with a flick of your powerful claws. Is that true? Of course. Do not think me some weakling. I am a dragon, and the blood of the great worm Hraesvelgr courses through my veins. In just 3 centuries, even the most colossal stone will be as a pebble in my claws. Did you hear that? We need only wait 3 centuries. Fortunately, I have no pressing engagement for the next 300 years. What about you, Mogson? Have you the time to spare? No, certainly not, Koopa. There must be another way. Oh, I know. All deal, we have a surplus of foodstuffs thanks to Mockmill's shrewd management. Eat your fill, and before long you'll be as big and strong as Hraesvelgr, right? Mogson, you are always so short-sighted. How many times must I tell you the quickest solution is not always the best? But don't you understand? We can't wait 300 years. By that time, the palms of every Moogle in Mockon will have gone to dust. My apologies, I sometimes forget how very fragile you Moogles are. I suppose we will have to entreat my older brother for help then. Let me warn you, however, that he can be a bit, trying at times. But worry not, for I am certain we can sway him to help us one way or another. Thank you, old deal. I knew we would find a way, however, I know there is still more work to be done. Soon I'll be able to add persuading a dragon to my list of accomplishments. But, as they say, there is strength in numbers. Lynn, pray accompany me, as it may lend more weight to our request. Well then, let us be off. My brother way off, usually spends his time deeper within Zenith. I will go ahead and see if I can soften him up before you arrive. My brother has requested I hear your plea, and I shall not deny him. We are grateful for this audience, Kipper. You see, we mean to rebuild the walls of Barless. Alas, our tiny paws can barely grip the massive stones, let alone lift them. That is why we require a dragon's strength. Your strength. Ah, yes, we have heard tell of Mughals playing and being stonemasons. This I know. I care not how or where you conduct your games, or whom you choose to imitate. However, I will not be made party to such a whimsy. Way-off, with all due respect, you are mistaken. This is no game, Koopa. We are pouring our heart and soul into repairing Barless, and it is only the beginning. Brother, Mogson tells the truth. He is wholly devoted to this task. He's even forsworn trickery. Please, I implore you to give him and his people a chance. One chance, then, to show me the depth of your conviction. If you truly are a crafter, then craft something for me, that which cannot speak, yet can be heard. Present it to me, and my strength shall be yours. Why? I mean, yes, of course. Lyn, let us return to Barless, so we can begin work on Way-off's request forthwith. Right. All I need is one more fish for this quest. I don't know what to make of Way-off's words. Something that can't speak but can be heard. My palm aches from trying to wrap it around his riddle. Perhaps I should just trick him. It can be much more difficult than tricking a Moogle. I jest, of course. Worry not. I won't rest until I've deciphered his strange request. Then, let's put our palms together. Together we can chip away at the question until the answers take shapes before us. What could it possibly be, Koopa? Then you've traveled to all manner of places. Surely a worldly adventure such as yourself can offer some insight. Wait, what? Perhaps not an object, but a demonstration of his skill he seeks? A skill, but we Muggles excel at trickery and lounging in the sun, and seeing how many Koopa nuts we can fit into our mouths at once. No, that can't be. Wait, I know, Koopa. What would a nab or a Koopa nut eating competition be without musical accompaniment? We make even the most mundane event come alive with our horns and harps. Our instrument doesn't speak, but it can certainly be heard. So it's an instrument, way off. Once. Now, I've always been partial to tooting the horn myself, so I believe crafting one should prove simple. However, I will entrust you with a separate task. Please craft me a grip, which is most vital to ensure none drop the horn while giving it a mighty blow. Mockmull should have any materials you require. I await your masterpiece, Koopa. You've come here for materials. Very well. That will be 30 Koopa nuts, please. You should see the look on your face. It was merely a jest. Please, take as much as you require. Free of charge, of course. I have trained eye now because I'm a lady. Yeah, boy. Just immediately done with that. Where's my freaking grunt work? Probably not necessary, but whatever. Are you finished, Koopa? I've completed the horn, and all I require is your final flourish. This is even better than I could have hoped, Koopa. Any Moogle will surely be proud to toot on the horn, even Chieftain Mogwin. Nevertheless, I must take care when applying the final touches. Go on ahead and meet with Aldeal and his brother. I'll be close behind, horn and paw. Way off. We thought long and hard on your words and have brought that which you seek. Behold, a mock Mender masterpiece. Why, that is just a horn. Why would brother want that? Of course a horn cannot... Oh, I see how clever Mogson. And the craftsmanship is even better than we had hoped. Do not feign knowledge, old dear. You did not know the answer. As for you, Mogson, was this horn truly wrought by your hands? Indeed, Kupo, I put every ounce of my skill into its construction, every ounce, as well as a dash of Flint's skill for good measure. A horn does not speak, yet it can be heard from even the highest peaks. It would seem my trial was simple before the combined efforts of man and Moogle. I'm impressed. Accept my apologies for doubting you. That means you'll help Mogson? Splendid, but brother, I still don't understand why a horn is so important to you. How much you have yet to learn, though I am sure you were taught once. Before that our songs are as roars to their ears, so alien and unfathomable. So it was a graceful group bequeathed a magic to men, that they fashioned sacred instruments to join in the chorus. The horn entrusted to the Moogles is but one of these works. If you would have my aid, you must wield an instrument worthy of calling upon my kind. I believe this horn will do nicely. An instrument to summon a dragon? Isn't that good? Wait, it's that good, Kupapa? No one has ever praised something I've made. This feeling is better than eating 3 Kupo nuts at once. I apologize, I got a little carried away. Now, where were we? Oh yes, way off. Allow me to escort you to Barless. Let's back to Barless. Back to life, back to Barless, back to life, back to Barless. Now this is what I envisioned when Mogson spoke of dragons. I applaud your success, my friend, although I did not doubt you for a second. Mogson certainly seems to be in high spirits, higher than usual, even. Did your meeting with Way Off go that well? I like how his voice just constantly changes. Oh well. Ah, now I see, my dear Mogson. How does it feel to labor over your creation, to pour every ounce of your vim and brio into it, and for that effort to be recognized and earn your accolades? Tell me true. Can you think of aught better? No, I can't, Kupapa. This is even more thrilling than when I tricked Mogup. Now you understand why we crafters slave for our art. Yes, we, for I dare say you are now as much a crafter as Lynn or myself. Still do not think your journey is over. Still do not think your journey over already. You have much to learn yet in the way of technique. Me a crafter, Kupo? I don't know what to say, except that I'll try my utmost not to disappoint. And you must be Way Off, whose trial spurred Mogson's growth. I am Terson, and I offer my humble greetings and thanks. Well done, shall we begin? For perhaps the first time in 1,000 years, man and dragon shall work together to build, not destroy. Though I am too young to have known the peace our ancestors once shared, I am honored to work alongside you. May our bonds be strengthened through our labor. Look at this wall. Thanks to your efforts, the outer wall of Barless have been restored. Continue assisting the Menders to see repair of the plaza completed. Nice. Reputation up. Let's Mog eat Mog. Alright, my friends, I will be right back for y'all. Alright, I'm back. This time, Moogle time. Or maybe even more Moogle time. I have no idea how I'm gonna make these videos. Anyway, please try quest. Then I thought that was you. Terson has decided where next to focus our efforts, Koopa. thanks to the efforts of Way Off Barless, is now well fortified against any ne'er-do-wells who might wish to deface it. Well, that's what I would say if there was odds in it to deface. I believe now is the most opportune time to start the core of our... Moxon, Terrason, Lin, Golan, Bursty, Heap, Huff, Puff. He has spoken and he is livid. No idea who is talking. Oh, it's a small dragon. A deal, my friend. Calm yourself. What matter do you speak of? Who is this Golan Bursty? He's an ancient dragon, more ancient than most. In passing, he asked after the Menders, and became enraged when I told him of your work here. He demanded I tell you to cease at once. I thought he was only curious, I swear. Please don't be cross with me. Just when things were going so well. Still, I suppose we can count on it as a blessing that he did not drive us away by force. Doubtless he is capable. Perhaps the fact that he has not means there is yet hope for reconciliation. Let us parley with Golan Bursty, if for no other reason than to make it clear that we bear no ill will towards him. Then, Moxon, I would ask that you accompany me. All deal? Pray deliver us to where the ancient dragon resides. Certainly, hopefully Golan Bursty will listen to reason. With luck, hopefully we can put this incident behind us soon enough. So you are the children of man who seek to undo my efforts to keep Barless forgotten. Enough. Cease this affront and return from whence you came. Merciful Golan Bursty, I fear this is a dreadful misunderstanding. It is not by our own volition that we endeavor to repair the plaza. No, we are here at the behest of the Mughals, and in fact our role is merely to teach them of stonemasonry, not more. As you are doubtless aware, the Mughals are bound by an ancient accord with Hraesvelgr to guard and maintain Zenith. As it happens, several of Hraesvelgr's own brood are even now lifting stones in a show of support. Forgive me my boldness, but do you mean to put a stop to such efforts? Bold indeed, you are right. I cannot oppose the will of Hraesvelgr, if there is truth in your words. It's true, Koopa. If you require proof, just visit the plaza yourself, and you only need ask Hraesvelgr about the covenant we share. My dear Moxon, pray let me handle this matter. You must tread carefully. I would very much like to leave this parley without any singed hairs. Mighty Golan Bursty, I believe a dragon of your size would have no difficulty driving us from the plaza and razing it to the ground. But I also believe you are wise, too wise to act rashly, without knowledge of our intentions or our sincerity. Perhaps, if you would prove your worth, then so be it. Restore the splendor of ages past to Barless, and I shall oppose you no longer. That's it, we're already well on our way, Koopa. Rest assured, Barless will be restored in no time. Will it? Long ago, the plaza held a fountain from which flowed an unending stream. To build such a thing now would be an impossible feat. I'd expect no less than to be tasked with the impossible. To construct a fountain on barren land seems an unsolvable riddle. Do not fear, however, for we will find a way, and we have, as we have many times before, won't we, Moxon? Naturally, Koopa, we'll show you the worth of the Menders. Excellent. Well then, my dear Golan Bursty, we shall set to work at once. In the meantime, I trust you will see fit to allow our repairs to resume unimpeded. Very well, child of man. I shall tolerate your presence for the time being. Good old behemoth. This huge boy. Boy, if you know. Well, not the ideal outcome. There's not for it but to turn our attention to the task at hand. Not only must we build a fountain, but we must also secure a source of water. Goldenburst is well aware of the fact that we are surrounded by dust and wind-worn brick, which is why he expects us to fail, but we shall prove him wrong. It would be best to first seek the wisdom of those familiar with the land. Tell me, Mogson and Odile, how do you go about securing water for your peoples? Truth be told, I've never thought too deeply about it, Koopa. If our throats are dry or if the flowers are drooping, we just go to the springs north of Markham. When you wish to wash the dirt from our, when we wish to wash the dirt from our scales, that's an interesting way to say it. We tumble into the nearest cloud, and when our throats are parched, we slake our thirst with the blood of our prey. The springs of Markham are entirely too far away, and somehow I doubt a fountain of blood is what Goldenburst has in mind. How about you, Lynn? Any ideas? Why search for a water source when we could make one? Make one? But how would you... Aha, Lynn, my girl, I could kiss you. Of course, the Rose Knights of Camp Cloudcop. Wait, what? Of course, the Rose Knights of Camp Cloud's Top. They keep their stores of water plentiful with the spring crystals found in abundance throughout the Sea of Clouds. Such an ingenious solution. Goldenburst may be stubborn, but even he should be impressed. I believe he would, my dear Odile. That settles it then. We must procure spring crystals. Of course, it would be preferable if we did not have to travel all the way to the Sea of Clouds. Can they be found near here? We are in luck, because I often fly over a crystal that seems to have water trickling from its surface. Or tickling. I have a suspicion this might be one of the spring crystals you speak of. Well, let's have to gather them. Odile, show me where they are, and I'll bring us back as many as I can carry. Goldenburst will know our worth, Koopa. Well, I cannot deny Mogson's enthusiasm. However, neither he nor Odile have actually seen a spring crystal up close, and it would be a shame if what they brought back was unusable. Follow them, so you might judge the crystal's quality. I have to go all the way to the north. Yep. I'm just gonna be right back. I don't want to show this. Have no fear, because Lynn is here. Water trickles forth from the crystal in thin rivulets. Rivulets? Huh. Interesting word. Never saw that before. Each running dry before reaching its base. It seems there is little hope that this can be used as a supply for the fountain. From the skies, I could tell that this crystal was so dry, but worry not, for you are in the company of a dragon. When I unleash my mighty roar, this crystal will awaken, and water will gush forth from it like a geyser. Or geyser. Whatever. I simply need some time to gather my strength. 1 century should do the trick. Brother was around that age when he learned to roar. You cannot wait even 100 years? I pity you, truly. Well, I suppose you must ask Brother for his help again. I'm certain this time we can skip the trial. Am I seriously gonna have to go all the way back? You have got to be kidding me. Yay! I really suck at doing daily things like these base tribes. It's ridiculous. Well met, my brother tells me you wish to borrow my strength again. You mean to awaken a crystal? A simple matter. Very well, you have my wings. Climb atop my back and guide me to this crystal. Odile, you stay behind. Then, if we should become separated, return here and my brother shall summon me. Right, and we can now fly around on your boy. Way off. But yeah, I'm gonna be right back again because screw showing these things. Alright. You're gonna hear me roar. Look, the water is spouting forth, Koopa. This crystal will make the perfect source for our fountain. Now we just need to break off a few shards. I'm relieved. I could have just as easily shattered the crystal by mistake. Fortunately, I did not. Gathered the largest crystal I could find. Now let us be off to Zenith, and she will show Goldenburst that Barless will shine once more. Don't need that boy anymore. Gunburst, we've done it. The fountain in Barless will flow as gloriously as before, Koopa. So you have secured a water source. It was a team effort, Koopa. Lynn suggested we use spring crystals, and Odile told us where to find one. We've gathered more than enough shards to keep the fountain flowing indefinitely. I know of these crystals, but do not attempt to deceive me. There are none with the strength of which you speak. There were none, Koopa, but through will, perseverance, and determination we were able to find a solution. Those words. It is nothing. Proceed, Moogle. With Wayaf's mighty roar, we awakened a spring crystal, and we now have enough water to make 5 fountains. Surely our deeds have proven that we are worthy to continue our work. Impressive, little one. However, your story tells only of the deeds of man and dragon. What has your kind contributed? There's still much work to be done, and the spring crystals is but one component. And from here on out, it's the responsibility of the Menders to see the fountain completed, Koopa. Your words bespeak confidence, and more importantly, sincerity. Very well. You may remain in Barless. On one condition. Rising from the fountain was once a statue, a monument to friendship and peace. You will see it restored to Barless. A statue? We've never built something like that. What if it proves beyond our abilities, Koopa? Then I shall make the plaza dust and rubble once more. Well, it appears we have no choice but to succeed then. Callenbursty, the statue we raise will be even better than you remember, I promise. There's nothing unique about that one. Or there's nothing unique about that. Jesus. There's something unique about that one. Do you not agree? As she stands there motionlessly. Is it just motionless? Motionlessly? That does not sound like a word. Motionless. There we go. Pseudopuff, I'm blind. Monument to friendship and peace, and our latest challenge, Koopa. Suppose we can consider this the Menders' first commission. I must admit, I'm a bit nervous. Our reputation is at stake. So, the dragon has requested further work be done to the plaza. Mogson, I have no doubts you and the Menders shall rise to this challenge, as you have risen to many others. Remember the wisdom I have tried to impart to you. I won't disappoint you, Terrason. Even if it looks like there's no way forward, I'll find one. Now, let's begin work on the fountain. What? Hey. We did it. Oh my goodness, my eyes. Well, doesn't that look nice? Thanks to your efforts, the Fountain of Barless has been restored, continue assisting to, yeah, the usual. Nothing new. Reputation up. Alright. And with that, I will, well, I'll be right back for you guys, and for me it's gonna take another, like, I don't know how long. Alright, I'm back for more Beast Tribe stuff. Hello. I can't believe them, Koopa. Of all the times for trickery, why, if they were here, I'd give them a piece of my... No, Lane, once again, fate is working against us. Sometimes it seems as though we can't lift even a single brick without something going wrong. Let's all put our palms together, and hopefully we can find a solution. Just when I had forgotten how entertaining the Moogle's antics could be, this happens. You see, we are expecting a shipment of supplies from the Temple Knights, but their delivery is long overdue. Moxon here suspects foul play. That's right, Koopa. With the Menders busy at Barless, I asked the Moogles at Assa to help transport the supplies. Unfortunately, I fear they may have hit them, or worse. Our only choice is to find the Moogles in charge and question them ourselves. Give them a good talking to, Moxon. As the leader of the Menders, you must make it clear that you will not tolerate such trickery. I have faith that the suppliers will be here at Barless before long. Of course, there isn't. I'll give them a scolding they won't soon forget. Perhaps I'll even make them carry the supplies themselves. Ah, look at him, off to rebuke an irresponsible Moogle, as a father would a disobedient child. However, as we are expecting a good many crates, another pair of young strapping legs to carry them certainly would not hurt. Go and assist him, should he require it. Lynn, what are you doing here? Did Terrason send you to accompany me again? You really must learn to let me handle my own affairs, Koopa. Look here, I gave this Moogle such a verbal thrashing that he's agreed to show me where he hid the supplies. And has even forsaken trickery for good. Completely and utterly contrite he is. Alas, I'd rather not spend my time reprimanding others. There's still so much to be done at Barless. But lately I felt that no matter how many hours we labor for, we never get any closer to completion. But worry not, Lyn. I have no intention of giving up, Koopa. One blow at a time. We'll chisel away at Barless until the glory of the past is restored. For now, I suppose I should see to the unenviable task of collecting the rest of the supplies. Lyn, I know much more important matters demand your attention, but could you deliver this crate to Barless? With any luck, we'll see each other again shortly. Now, show me where you hit them, quickly. There's no time to waste, Koopa. Yeah, returned, and sooner than I expected. Is Mogden not with you? A crate of supplies sent by the Temple Knights, intended for delivery to Barless. These are certainly the supplies we ordered. I count of Mogden to shoulder the burden of finding the rest. While he is occupied, there is a matter I would like to discuss with you. As you have doubtless noticed, Mogden has become an admirable crafter of his own right. In fact, the zeal with which each and every Mogmender approaches their work has been naught short of astonishing. However, despite their best efforts, their progress leaves something to be desired. Curious as to why, I observed the Mogmenders at work, and one thing that struck me was the feebleness of their blows. Now, this is no fault of the Moogles. It is not due to laziness that they strike so lightly. No, I believe the tools are to blame. The Moogles cannot grip their tools firmly, and they do not have our thewy arms. Tools made for us are entirely unsuitable for them. But what if you were to furnish them with tools attuned to their etheric energy? Which brings us to the supplies. With them we shall make wind aspected tools, which I believe the Mogmenders will be able to swing as mightily as we swing our own tools. I would give you the honor of helping me craft the first one. I ask that you craft a simple but essential part, a hammer's handle. Ensure that its shape is suited to a Moogle's paws. Afterwards I shall apply a specially made varnish which will enhance the ethereal conductivity of the tool. Before you begin, however, bring the crate of supplies to Mogmel. As always, you are free to take whatever you feel is necessary to complete your task. The others think I have the easiest job in the Mogmenders, but they're wrong. Have you ever flapped your wings in place for hours on end? No? Then you have no idea how hungry it makes you, Koopa. But I must do my duty. What supplies do you require this time? Ah, so these are the errand supplies. Any Koopa nuts? I thought not. In that case, feel free to take anything you need. That needs to be high quality, so I can just do this, because I'm overleveled. There's a reason why I overleveled myself, to make this easier. And sorry then have to deal with it at a later point. Are you finished already? Of course, I expect only the most superb craftsmanship from you. Ah yes, this is a masterpiece, of that there can be no doubt. Now, we only need to take what I have made and... Look, Lyn, have you ever seen a hammer so mighty, so majestic, so miniature? Nah, there's nothing like crafting something so fine with your own hands. Of course, I could not have done it without you, my friend. Then, Terzen, I am returned, and with all the missing supplies, no less. What's that smell? Have you been crafting? Indeed we have, my dear Mogden, a special present for our favorite Mogmender. I believe you will be most pleasantly surprised. Ooh, I'm not falling for that again. I still remember the taste of disappointment when I bit into those fake Koopa nuts. What is it this time? Leather-clad mallow? Lint too. Perhaps you are telling the truth after all. Very well, show me your present. Just in case, I shall girt my palm for the worst. This hammer, it's different from the others. Well, Lynn and I poured our hearts and souls into it, so I hope you are able to make good use of it. I believe this hammer and other tools like it will bring a marked improvement to the Mark Menders' work. How does it feel, Mogson? So light and fits in my paws perfectly. Are those other tools just for practice? Why, I feel as if I could chip away at stone all day and night, Koopa. I'm full glad to hear that. Truth be told, I know that you and the other Mark Menders were growing frustrated at your lack of progress. With this, I believe you will be able to produce work at the speed and quality I know you are capable of. I apologize. You shouldn't have had to go to such lengths on our account. And nevertheless, you have my thanks, and the thanks of every single Mark Mender. That is why we are here, is it not? To teach you and yours all we know, so that one day you might repair Zenith without guidance from a doddering old fool. So, there's no need to thank us, much less apologize. We shall be content to see you produce a grand works. And so we shall, Koopa. I dare say this moment marks a new age for the Mark Menders. There we go. Level up. Alright. And yet again, I'll be back in, well, a moment for you guys and probably at least a day for me. Alright, I'm back again. With even more Beast Right. Where could she be? Where could she be? Oh, there you are, Lynn. Terson's ready to discuss how to begin building the statue, but we dare not start without you, Koopa. Now, let's see what he has to say. Lynn, how good of you to join us. Once Aldi graces us with his presence, we can begin our discussion. Ah, here he is now. Greetings, for what purpose did you summon me here? Do you require my strength once more? Indeed, Odile. We would avail ourselves of your legendary strength. All of our work thus far has brought us to this decisive moment, and without your stout wings, I fear we have little hope of success. Then of course my wings are yours. I would never stand idly by as my friends struggle. No task is too large for me. I knew we could count on your support, Koopa. Finally, we are ready to begin work on the Mark Menders' first official commission. The statue requested by Gullenbursty. A monument to friendship and peace, now lost to time. With their new tools, the Mark Menders are working with more vigor than I have ever seen. I believe they are more than ready to rise to this challenge. We are ready, Koopa, ready to build a statue. A statue of what exactly? It is the answer to that question which I have been contemplating, my dear Mogson. Unfortunately, I have no pictures, no stories, and no remnants on which we can base the statue's form. We know only that it stood more than 1,000 years ago, during the age when dragon and man lived together in harmony. Could it be a Koopa tree? Or an enormous cloud mallow? Do not be daft, Mogson. The statue likely depicted dragon and man. Brother once told me many such sculptures used to dot the land. Odile, I must say I had much the same thoughts. What better subjects could there have been to immortalize a bond which, at the time, must have seemed unbreakable? Even so, there's still much we do not know. How were they posed? How many were there? No statues remain to draw inspiration from. Terson, do any survive down below? perhaps, but I fear they might prove difficult to procure. Unfortunately, there are still those who think simply glimpsing such an image would be grounds to accuse one of heresy. However, there may be another way. Our mutual friends, the Temple Knights, have spent generations chasing heretics. Doubtless they have seized at least a few of their idols during their ceaseless struggle. Then there's much work for us to do here at Barless. I would ask you to journey to Ishgard and ask dear Handaloop if he can part with an idol. I have confidence he will oblige your request. However, if perchance he is hesitant to do so, hand him this letter. I believe it shall prove to be adequately convincing. And what of us? While Lynn is away, what should we do? Continue our stonemasonry practice? No, my dear Moxon. There are preparations to be made. Speak with Mogmul and ready the stone we will use for the statue. All deal, pray help Moxon with his duties. For my part, I shall begin drawing up plans for the statue's base. Well then, I look forward to meeting again. May we all return with good news. That was a very slow pan. You require an idol seized from the heretics. My apologies then, but such a request is not within my powers to grant. Pray understand that much as I would like to offer you a helping hand, there are some matters where my reach is limited. Better just a handle up and sign in Terrason's elegant hand. Letter from Lord Terrason. He writes that the figure in question were taken unlawfully from the Churning Mists, and that the Mughals, as caretakers of the ancient ruins therein, are obliged to petition their return. A rather more bureaucratic approach than I anticipated, but I would expect no less from a Lord of House Mail, as skilled with his words as he is with a hammer and chisel. He has not told you that cunning old fox is none other than Terrason the Zemael, formerly Count Terrason the Zemael. Although he has long since stepped down, he still does not scruple to intercede in various affairs. In any event, his reasoning is sound, and I see no harm in following his plan. Speak with my man Van Kennet, and he will provide you with what you need. You require an idol, yes? I believe this one should do. They all look the same to me. Dreadfully ugly, isn't it? Well, I suppose there's no accounting for taste. It's kind of crazy, but at the moment, like, Heavensward is like rising more and more in my favorites. Expansion. Which is intriguing, considering what is still to come. Yeah, return towards Handaloop, willing to oblige our request. Statuette depicting Shiva and Reisfelger, seized by the Temple Knights. This is an object of heresy and untold evil. Seems harmless enough to me. And the craftsmanship is superb. I do believe this will provide the perfect model for our statue. Excellent work, my friend. However, I cannot help but notice you no longer have the letter I wrote. Suppose that means Sir Handaloop told you who I am? That a simple epistle would sway a man of his standing? Well then, let me apologize for the belated introduction. I am Terrason the Zemael, erstwhile Count of my house. I am happy to say my son now enjoys that burden, leaving me to spend my days as I please. I try to stay busy, of course, and our project here has been a boon in that regard. However, do not think it is some whim born of idleness. No, this is how I wish to live out my twilight years. As my true self, as a craftsman. House Zemael was built upon a foundation of mastery of wood, steel, and stone. From a young age, I strove to learn the techniques of my forefathers. Alas, once I became Count, I was forced to trade my hammer and chisel for quill and parchment. A Count's craft is to uphold the honor of his house, his tools, his wit, and his wiles. I was bound to the eternal struggle for glory and prestige, and as the months bled into years, my days as an artisan faded into half-forgotten memory. It was in this single-minded state I raised my sons, teaching them not of the joy of crafting. Perhaps by imparting my knowledge to others, I am in some small way trying to alleviate that regret. I've gone on too long again. Truly, I thank you for listening to this old man's ramblings. Now, let us return to the task at hand. The statue must be built, and I have a job perfectly suited to your skills. A sculpture must be polished to a mirror sheen if it is to be remembered, and to that I would have you make the materials required to do so. As always, Mogbull shall provide you with aught you require. Bring your completed work to Mogson, and we shall make use of it all at once. Did you see them moving those huge stones, Koopa? Just watching them made my belly rumble, but I will do my duty. Until the statue is complete, I'll be here to give you whatever you need. Bum, bum, bum. Easy game for babies. He says while being ridiculously overleveled. Even still, crafting. Normal crafting is not too bad. Lynn, it goes without saying, but the Menders are grateful for all your help so far, Koopa. Just a little more, and we'll have finished. So, let's see what you've made. You've actually outdone yourself this time. Gullenbursty there you go, will surely be in awe at the quality of our work. And now all that's left is to build, build, build. We've done it, Koopa. Can you feel it? This must be how the landlords and skylords felt the moment they built this plaza ages ago. I can only imagine what Gullenbursty's reaction will be. Little ones, how fare your work? If it is too difficult, simply say so. I shall allow you to return home before I raze this place to the ground. On the contrary, Gullenbursty, you could not have arrived at a more opportune time. The statue is complete, and I dare say even more majestic than it was before. Behold! I have not seen this statue in a long time. Yes, it is as it was. Almost. Your work is adequate. As promised, I shall leave you be. Continue in peace. Almost. Adequate? But why would he say that, Koopa? You know, I also actually kind of feel like something is missing. It's kind of weird. I don't remember how it looks in its finished state. Spoiler, there's still more to this. There's more cutscene. Honored. Alright, and then... Okay. We are well on our way to finishing this. I'm pretty dang sure that if I actually did all this stuff daily for like the last time, I probably would have already been done at this point in time. Oh well. I don't really care too much. I have more than enough videos anyway. I will be right back again for the next quest. Believe it or not, there's even more Moogle stuff. Hello. Lynn, I'm glad you're here, Koopa. There's a matter I've been meaning to discuss with everyone since Gullenburst's departure. And now is as good a time as any. We are all gathered, it would seem. Now, my dear Mogson, what was it you... No. As you have summoned Old Deal as well. Very good, very good. Mogson, I was just admiring our craftsmanship. An accomplishment to be proud of, certainly. Now, what was it you wanted? Are we here to plan the celebration? The celebration, yes. Now that the statue is complete, there is naught to do but ensure the statue stays polished. It is time for a well-deserved rest. Do you not agree, my dear Mogson? No, not at all, Koopa. With all due respect, Terson, our work is far from complete. I believe you know this already. You were there when Gullenbursty saw the statue. I was there as well, Mogson. Did Gullenbursty not grant us leave to remain in Barless? We could not have asked for more. Mogak and Mogmul have already begun preparations for a feast. You need to look past his words, old deal. Didn't you find his reaction strange? He seemed thoroughly unimpressed by our efforts. Something is amiss, I'm certain. I cannot be content to leave the statue in its current state. I'll not rest until it's perfect. Not only in Gullenburs's eyes, but in mine as well. Ha! Well said, my dear Mogson, well said. I knew you would not be satisfied with mediocrity. Truly, your growth as a crafter has been not short of astounding. You are truly an inspiration. I don't know what to say, Koopa. Thank you. So that means you agree with me, yes? Then as we have many times before, let's work together to find out what's wrong. We've already come this far, just a little bit further, and we can enjoy the satisfaction of seeing our work complete at last. But how are we to know where the fault lies? The possibilities are endless. I believe we did well by casting dragon and man as the subjects. Perhaps the composition of the figures was not worth liking? If you had made such a fundamental error, I doubt you would suffer the statue to remain. No, it must be something else, something we're not seeing. Let us take a different tack and ask ourselves why Gullenbursty demanded the statue be built in the first place. Why was it so important to him? I had wondered that myself. I know little of Gullenbursty, besides the fact that he's much older than brother. He's quite reclusive, although I have been told he was not always that way. He was not always that way. We only know him by his demands. Although surely there are other dragons that are friendly with him. Perhaps they could offer insight into his motives. Perhaps it might serve us best to speak with the other ancient dragons. Are there any you could introduce us to, Aldir? Of course, there's Vedrolfnir. Vedrolfnir. Yes. No. Vedrolfnir? Vedrolfnir. Whatever. Who I happen to count among my many friends. Perhaps we could also try visiting Vidofnir, though I am not certain she would grant us audience. You are friends with Vidofnir? Why, you're just full of surprises, Koopa. Our next step is settled. Then allow me to accompany you to the surface and speak with Vidofnir. Master Terson, Ordeal, ask of Vedrolfnir, and find out if he knows anything about Gullenbursty. Let's be back here to share our findings. Until then. Oh. Why am I so tired? I have done naught. Right. Well met, warrior of warriors. What brings you and yours to Enix Shrine today? Gullenbursty, yes, I know him. For many moons did he labor to build the very plaza you now endeavor to repair. Gullenbursty helped to build Barless? Then why would he raze it to the ground? For brothers robbed of a mother's love. 'Twas bitter. 'Twas a bitter reminder and testament to man's ancient sin, of Ratatosker's sacrifice upon the altar of mortal greed. Old wounds are slow to heal, and mayhap his discontent is rooted in the past. Look to the plaza's ruins, if you would know more. But all that's left of the old Barless are the piles of... Wait, that's it, Koopa. We need to go back at once. There may be remains in the rubble we've cleared. Perhaps they will provide the clue we seek. Vidafnir, you have my sincere thanks for your counsel. Pork, pork, pork. Yeah, so we keep the stones that are unfit for use, Kuba. Well, deal, Terson, are you looking for remnants in the old plaza too? Indeed we are. Vedrofalnir only offered as much information as he deemed necessary. A quality that comes with age. It was clear, however, that the pieces of old Barless may hold the answers we seek. We had much the same experience. Well, there's nothing for it but to dig, Kuba. We dig through the heap of rubble, but find nothing that could be of use. Any luck? I found nothing but old rocks, Koopa. Mysterious fragment. A stone fragment found amongst the rubble of Barless. The worn leathering may have once formed a message, but it is impossible to tell with this fragment alone. What is this? This looks like writing of the landlords, Koopa. Alas, I can't read it. What does it say, Lynn? How far is your search? Have you found aught that might be of use? Terson, look! Lynn found these fragments engraved with what looks to be the scripts of the landlords. Brilliant! Let me have a look. Old Deal and I found several similar fragments, but for the life of me I cannot make out their meaning. Perhaps they are but small pieces of a larger whole. Let us see. Like this or like this? The elements have not been kind to these stones. I can scarce tell if the letters are upside down or right side up. Stop fooling your right. What does it say? What does it say? Do not rush me, old Deal. I must focus. Here. I think I have it. Unity and brotherhood, now and forevermore. M'arrange de Forchon, Magon, Gullenbursty. A man, a mogul, and a dragon. Thought as they were the architects of this place. You mean more than 1,000 years ago there lived a Mughal crafter just like Moxon? It appears the plazas of past and present have more in common than we thought. So it was this tablet which was truly important to Gullenbursty. Indeed, to him the statue was more than a monument to friendship and peace, it was a monument to his friendships as well. And so we shall make it our duty to restore this tablet. Come on, it's time to put chisel to stone. Mark Menders' first commission will soon be complete. That is, if you would entertain one final request. The tablet must shine brightly. To all who view the names engraved upon it, might remember that all. There we go. That all who view the names engraved upon it might remember. Might remember forever. Whatever. My brain is not. It's not functioning correctly. I would task you with preparing materials for polishing. Lastly, I would like to thank you for your support, not only on behalf of the Mock Menders, but all of the Mock Home Muggles. If not for you and Terrazon, Barless would be nothing but dust and rubble. Once more, we trust in your steady hands. I know you will impress. Markmill will give you any supplies you need. Once your masterpiece is finished, hand it to Terrason and we can complete our work. What will I do, you ask? Let's just say I have one final trick to play. A parting trick, if you will. I'll be getting it ready while you do your crafting. Ooh, that look in your eyes. You can't wait to find out what it is, can you? Worry not, I assure you it will be my best one yet. Markson's been by and told me to expect you, Koopa. Take anything you want, anything. Once you've finished, I can finally eat. Google tablets. Gotta love being overleveled. Have you completed Markson's request? I think this may be the last time I gaze upon your work. It has been an honor, my friend. I must say, the quality of your craftsmanship has always been reliable. Come, let us call the Menders. At last, University will acknowledge the depths of our skill. Preparations for our trick are complete, Koopa. All we have left to do now is attach a tablet. Unity and brotherhood, now and forevermore. Markson, Linda Dare, Terrason the Zemail, Oldeel, Morinch de Forshaw, Mogon, Gullenbursty. Way off, an old deal were insistent I come. They came. I pray it is worth my time. Haha, very good, very good. I remember the day we finished building. I remember Morgon's indignant protest. Where is the Moogle statue? You make me so mad, Koopa. And so on. Would seem his wish is now fulfilled. I take it everything meets with your satisfaction, even the Moogle statue? It does. You have my blessings and my thanks. I shall keep the skies of Barless safe, to prove my words true. Did you hear that, Koopa? Gullenbursty approves! Gullenbursty approves! Finally, through will, determination, and perseverance, the Menders have completed their first major project. And then they did a Moogle dance. And now we have reached a sword. And we have learned the Moogle dance. And also got the title, of course, of Palm Friend. Right, with doing that, we have now unlocked the ability to buy the Cloud Mallow seeds, which is the mount. Also the meandering mock slivers, because why? Anyway, my god, my nose. I'm gonna use these. There we go. Okay, my friends, that just leaves me with, you know, getting the Moogles to Bloodsworn and the Vandavanu, you know, to Sworn first and then Bloodsworn. Anyway, we are not done yet with the Beast Tribes. I will be back in a bit. Alright, I am back, now that we have the final thing that we can do for the Moogles. Then everyone's been asking for you. Kupo, you better speak with Old Deal and Master Harrison to see what they want. You. Hey, Arlen. Do not look so tense, my friend. For once, this does not concern our difficulties repairing the plaza. On the contrary, I simply wish to offer you my sincerest gratitude for your help thus far. You have given this old man a meaningful way to spend his days. And thanks to the efforts of all and sundry, I have recaptured a piece of my family's history. Yes, my family, for although House Zemail is now renowned for its skill at stonemasonry, that was not always the case. No, as recently as 3 centuries ago, we were but humble crafters. It was not until a lord of House Zemail married the daughter of a minor lord, whose house was known for its deep knowledge of architecture, that the first brick of our renown was laid. The maiden's family name was Forshort. For sure. A name which rings familiar, yes? One of the 3 original architects of Barles, Maringe de Forshort. His blood courses through the veins of every son and daughter of House Zemail, and his teachings have enriched our lives. To think that, after more than 1,000 years, ancestors and descendants would be joined by the same work of art. The Maya must surely be smirking at her own cleverness. Regardless, I am grateful for whatever whims of fate have led me to this moment. But enough of my sentimentality. I've come to a decision. Until the day I draw my last breath, I shall continue on here, and guide to the mock Menders. Of course, you are always welcome should you wish to offer a helping hand. No. Then, greetings. Quite the impressive work, wouldn't you say? Or wouldn't you agree? When Mogson first told me about Barles, I was sure nothing would ever get done. I certainly never dreamed he would go so far as to receive Gullenburst's praise. If not for you and Terrison, Mogson would still be caught up in trying to avoid work. I thank you for keeping by his side through all of this, and I look forward to seeing what works the Mockmenders produce in the future. As for me, I have no pressing engagement for the next 100 years, after which I will go into hibernation. Until then, I plan on remaining here to help with the repairs of Zenith. If you find yourself back here sometime within the next century, be sure to say hello. No. You're back, Kupo. And now that you've heard everyone else's thanks, it's my turn. Thank you. The Mockmenders still have much work ahead, and soon we'll begin repairing Zenith proper. No doubt we'll face difficulties that'll make repairing this plaza look as simple as painting a pebble, but the experience we've gained here will see us through. The Mockmenders will never forget how much you helped us, and we will forever remember the power of will, perseverance, and determination. Of course, if you ever find yourself missing our company, or if you're just in the mood for some honest labor, we'll always welcome you among our ranks. Goodbye. Amogus. Sorry. I hope I didn't give anybody PTSD with saying that. Let's go and check if there's anything more that's being sold right now, because I think there should be, right? Well, there may be, but I honestly have no idea. Kupo Exchange? I'm not sure if this was already here, though. The Adept and Trailblazer stuff. Well, either way, here it is. I guess I can show the entire set, because why the hell not? Let's see. Adept. The Adept, like, thigh boots are pretty dang good, if I recall. Yeah. And Trailblazer stuff, which is funny, because our static is called Trailblazers. But not written down like this, because why would we write it down in the normal way? It works. I have 254 of these. Jeez. Alright, and I will, well, I think like this is going to be the end of the Moogle quest line. So this may be the end of an episode, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not going to end an episode because I have no idea how this is going to work. Anyway, this is the end of the mock stuff. I will either be right back or be gone for this episode.